Hi, Robert. Well, you're an artist. We know about you, but our fellow classmates don't know very much about you. So we would like you to give us a little biographical introduction of yourself.
Yes. I just want to remind you that you did paddle your professor out into a fountain.
Yeah,
So
I
you
did.
probably got a very
Yeah,
low grade this term. He was very soaked.
yeah.
Robert Chambers. I'm a sculptor working in Miami, and I'm in this AV show. It's a great show. Well done.
Thank you. And if you want to give us your background information,
My background is my father is a spinner. My father is spinning a student around the box. My father is a scientist, and my mother is a painter, sculptor, and they immersed me in their disciplines as I grew up and through my formative years.
and how has this affected your work now?
Well, first I started out in science and in medicine, and then I quickly changed gears and went into contemporary art
Okay.
and art history, and I studied abroad, and I had also learned a lot from my parents, and I worked as an apprentice to many artisans and artists, and I worked with machinists, boat builders, welders, electricians, anything I could do to gather knowledge to communicate tool and concept with idea and theory.
Okay. And how is this mainly reflected in your work, especially we can use one of the examples of the AMV show, for example, the lunar phases. How is this reflected in your work?
There are sort of moments of not being reined in and just doing whatever I happen to come across or what I'm thinking about based on urges that usually involve science, like a narrative of the artist's time, things come up, or I'll be reading something about James Lee Byers
Okay.
and his work, and then I'll see something, and then I'll be working on another piece, then I'll reference that piece.
All right.
All works together. Can you explain?
I mix up things,
You
and
mix.
then put them together. I work with many series at one time. So one series would be the molecular series, another series would be like this mystical series, another series is CNC and CAD work. Uh,
Can you explain how you use that for the piece we used on the lake?
yeah, the piece on the lake is it shows Johann Kepler's idea of interplanetary dynamics, and it shows orbit and axis. So a wireframe program was designed on RhinoCAD using CAD as computer assisted drawing, and then I use CNC to execute it. So CNC is computer numeric control, so the CAD program tells a computer robotic head what to do, and it mills out this wire mesh shape out of, in this case, fiberglass resin and foam, and that's called a plug. So then that plug is then taken to a casting yard that makes parts for aerospace and for boats and for prototype hydrodynamic applications. And then the molds are made, and then laminates are sprayed in, and carbon fiber cloth, Kevlar, and whatever is laid in there. And then that's the final piece. So the plug that's made by the CNC in it, that's just the part of the process. And that's now spinning around in your leg.
Nice. And could you maybe talk about how you're planning to take your future next coming shows or next work?
Well, I think being a good artist or a valid artist is someone that has continuity and continues working throughout their lifetime. So I'm just going to keep working, and things kind of roll my way.
Okay.
I just came back from London, and I'll be represented by Grove Gallery there. And I have a sculpture and a show there currently.
Uh-huh.
It's based on Brancusi's 1910 The Sleeping Muse, a serene-looking woman's head. And he was influenced by African art, and he is stylized what I think was a nut or a coconut into this streamlined female face, pre-World War I and II, with this beatific smile. So the piece I have in London is a bronze coconut, a real coconut that I tooled up and used with wax. And then I sewed and applied a gas mask based on like the NATO gas mask and several other countries' gas masks, and that's attached to it. So now 100 years later, you have the sleeping Muzz lying on his side looking a little scary, like a portent of things to happen.
Nice. And now let's concentrate on the AMV show. Aside from your work, which one was your favorite piece of work?
Oh, that's a tricky question. I gotta know everybody in here. Favorite piece? Well, David Round really got into it. I mean, he was in his piece, and it was a performance installation endurance piece. Was he in here every day?
He was here for the main events, for tours, and for the opening day, and also for the closing day yesterday. But
Yeah, I
He wasn't
liked
here
his
every day.
piece because he really got into it and he participated and he did a piece like he would have done in a formal gallery or museum setting.
yeah, it was interactive, so people got to enjoy it. Yeah.
Everyone shook his hand.
Yeah. Most people did. Yeah. Some people were afraid of him, so they wouldn't get close. Yeah. It's pretty funny.
Further questions?
Oh, if you want to stop it right now, hold on.
Yeah, stop